Hey everybody, Arthur here, happy to report that Europe is now getting a second chance on ATLUS or NIS games with incredible, even better than last time, discounts. Seriously, up to 92% off, pretty awesome. The sale actually comes from NIS America as they publish the ATLUS games you're about to see in Europe, and there are also a couple of other games worth getting that may not be on your radar. I am checking the eShops both on 3DS and Wii U daily on all regions, so stay tuned to the channel and to my Twitter page so you don't miss out on any of those going forward. And also I have a whole eShop closing coverage series going on with hundreds of games worth getting before the eShops close, so check those out, links in the description. And one final information, even though now you can't directly add funds to the 3DS anymore, you can still do it through Nintendo's website or through the Nintendo Switch. Previously, for several regions in the world, the website was not working for that, but now it is functional for everyone, so you just need to link your Nintendo account with your Nintendo ID, which is the one used on the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U, and add funds using PayPal or credit card, which is very straightforward and easy to do. So alright, let's see the games on sale this time. Welcome to the channel, this is From the Void. Okay, this time we have 7 ATLUS games published by NIS on sale in Europe, and let's begin with one that was not included last time: Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner Soul Hackers. They have just released the sequel to this one, simply called Soul Hackers 2. Reviewers are mostly giving it 7s, though I've seen some 8.5s for it, so it seems like a matter of preference. But in any case, I believe there may be an increase in interest in the original now, especially since the only version of this game ever made available to the West is this 3DS remake. The original was a Japan-only Sega Saturn title. Soul Hackers has a very typical Shin Megami Tensei gameplay with the dungeon crawling in first person and the demon recruiting. The setting is cyberpunky this time, including the Matrix-like Paradigm X virtual space, which is pretty cool. Mind you, this remake is very faithful to the original, and that's an old game, so some of you can definitely feel that the gameplay is a little bit obtuse for today's standards. Soul Hackers is getting a 60% discount, going for $3.99, quite a bargain. The prices this time, by the way, are gonna be in euros, and just as a comparison, the physical copy of this game is at least $50 plus shipping in Europe as per price chart. Then we have Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor 2 Record Breaker. This is an enhanced remaster of the DS original, and much like its predecessor, it mixes things up by presenting the encounters in a grid-based tactical RPG style. But the combats themselves are regular turn-based, which is an interesting mix of features. It also has a very dark and shocking story. Great game right here. It's now 87% off, going for $4.99. During the last sale, it was going for €10, so even more attractive now. Next is Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth. Unfortunately, the sequel is not getting a discount. The Q games are pretty much the Persona take on the Etrian Odysseys style of dungeon crawling, but much more fleshed out in terms of story and characters, as it mixes the casts from Persona 3 and 4 together, so it's guaranteed to appeal to fans of the series. Persona Q is getting a substantial 75% discount, going for $4.99. Next, we have a great strategy RPG, Stella Glow. In my opinion, this is one of the best strategy RPGs on the 3DS. It has music by my favorite video game composer ever, Yasunori Mitsuda, from Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross, which is important because there is a whole musical theme going on in this game. It may not seem like it, but the story here is one of the best aspects of Stella Glow. It picks up right after the initial 10 minutes, and it develops a great pacing, remaining interesting throughout the game's entire duration. And the battle system is absolutely solid. It's currently 87% off, reducing the price from $39.99 to mere $4.99, which is so cheap for this game's quality. I highly recommend getting this one if you're into strategy RPGs. Moving on to the Etrian Odyssey games. They are all even cheaper than last time now. This series is well known for its excellent style of dungeon crawling, where you use the stylus to manually draw the maps of each dungeon floor as you explore it. The challenge is really high, there is a constant threat of going too deep into the dungeon and facing powerful creatures you're not prepared for, which increases the thrill of exploration even more. This is one of the best series of dungeon crawlers ever. Every single entry is excellent. Etrian Odyssey 4 is currently 60% off, going for $3.99. Then the Untold games are a bit different. They are reimaginings of the first two games in the series from the DS, but this time with proper characters and story. In the regular Etrian Odyssey games, your characters have no backstory. You just hire them, give them names, jobs, and that's it. The story is usually much more about the dungeon itself than anything else. But in the Untold games, they fleshed out the narrative and characters much more, so it's both a nice change of pace for the series as well as a great entry for newcomers. Etrian Odyssey Untold The Millennium Girl is going for $3.99 with a 60% discount, and Etrian Odyssey Untold 2 The Fafnir Knight is currently 87% off, going for $4.99. This next one was published by NIS in both America and Europe, so it's on sale in both locations. We're talking about Culdcept Revolt. This game may not translate too well into video, but Culdcept Revolt is actually a really cool, fun, and unique game. It's basically a board game where you compete against NPCs, taking turns by rolling the dice and moving to spaces in the board. When you land in a space, you can claim it by placing a creature on it, and then if another player lands on it, they will be demanded payment or they can attack the creature. It's like Monopoly with war elements, which I found kind of a cool concept. There's much more to this game. You earn cards that you will need to use wisely as they spend your mana, which you'll need to replenish by reaching a gate in the map. And believe me, this game is insanely addictive. And since it has a really well balanced progress, playing Culdcept Revolt feels great. It is currently getting a staggering 90% discount, reducing it from $39.99 to mere $3.99, a really impressive sale, even more so than last time. Next is one that you may feel the instant urge to neglect, but there may be a good reason to get this. Hear me out. I'm talking about RPG Maker Fest. I say that because this game allows you not only to create RPGs, but also to play uploads from other people. And I hear that there are very cool creations out there. And that is something that will most likely go away once the eShops close too. I hear there are real high quality games that feel just like Final Fantasy VI, for instance. You can do a quick search on Google to find out the best ones easily, and I think there has never been a better time to get this. That is going for mere $2.99 with a crazy 92% discount from $39.99. Moving on to a couple of inspiring puzzle masterpieces, Quell Reflect and Quell Memento. These are such relaxing and brilliant games wrapped around a simple but engaging head-scratcher gameplay. Everything goes really well together here. The puzzles, the music, the sound effects, they are all so satisfying, and the pacing also feels perfect, always shaking things up with new mechanics like ice cubes, light rays, teleports, and much more. The basic structure is pretty simple. You move your blue bubble in straight lines and it will only stop when hitting a wall. The objective is to either collect each pearl-looking sphere or to turn each red or yellow panel to blue, but they keep refreshing the challenges with new things and optional collectibles like clocks and secret exits to optional stages. If you're into puzzle games, these will not disappoint. Both games are half off, going for €2 each, which is quite a bargain for the quality content here. And that's it for today. Not a long list, not too many games on sale right now, but it's definitely great to see that even after they closed all options to directly add funds into your 3DS, we're still getting major sales from big publishers. This could very likely mean that other companies are still planning sales on their games. So once again, subscribe to the channel and follow me on Twitter to find out about any new sales in the future. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.